It's beautiful out here. It's beautiful out here. I love bad weather, y'all. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, uh, it's like when you do, I didn't get to put this message out because I felt like it was too rough. But I was saying, if you twins and you soulmate, one great advice God gave me was that if you don't get along, don't hurt one, don't hurt each other. Don't hurt each other because if you hurt each other, you might you know what I'm saying, your ancestors, you going against the same ancestor. So I'm trying to tell y'all this stuff, man, so y'all can really start trying to find out who your real family tree is. Cause it's like that's the whole game in it. You're born into this world, but it's like you leave the family you were born into this world with, and you go find your real family tree. Some people in your family that you're born in is part of the tree. I don't know how that part go, really. I don't even want to talk about it because it get confusing right there. But it's like they like the negative version of it. It's like the paradise version of the family that you were born with. You have to venture out. It's like two trees. Let me just say that it's like two trees or something like that. It's difficult. I gotta get with God on it. I want to. I just been getting hit so much and got so much on my plate. I ain't been able to get with God back on that. I'm gonna start back getting with him on it though. Normally when I get with God on something, it be so detailed and so many downloads you can't take, but so you can't ask God because it's really deep, deeper than you can imagine. But don't attack. The best advice God gave me was that don't attack your twin or your flame or your soulmate because y'all share ancestors. And that's like my flame when she decided to attack me. It was like she was a goalie at like the hockey goalie. The one that people that play hockey. It's like she looked like the goalie for them, and it was like we was walking hand to hand together and going through some stuff, figuring out how we're gonna work our lives out. Partnering up. Next thing you know, I got hit. And I looked at her and said, can you believe this? And when I looked at her, she had that goalie suit on. And I realized I got played. And and I was on my own, but she was prepared. She had the goalie suit on because she was prepared for the backlash. She was prepared for the hit that she was gonna take. I wasn't. And you can prepare for the hit. Well, I ain't gonna explain that because y'all might try that. But she was just prepared, But I forgive her. I still want God's will to be done. No hard feelings. And she clean up her ways, clean up her act. In the future, later in the future, we could be friends if she's still around, or if we still around, and if everybody's still around, whatever. But I ain't got nothing against her. I want God's will to be done though, regardless of what that might be. We gotta take these punishments, y'all. Whatever we done, ain't that right, Wolf? Ain't that right, Wolf? That thing looks just like a wolf. 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 But I don't know who that cat is. I think at first I thought the flame brought the cat over here. I don't know where that cat came from. I think it came from the house that burnt down though, across the street. But anyway, God told me, gave me the best advice in the world. He said, leave them alone, don't bother with them. If you can't be lovers, try to be friends. If you can't be friends and they start attacking you, do not attack them back. Let me deal with it. And that's where the energy shift keep coming from. If the tree could come together, this will stop. All these energy shifts will stop if the tree could come together. But ain't nothing but a baby making cat. We can't catch it. They can't have babies all over the place. There's too many male cats. We just need to catch all these cats. I guess we just need to take the whole block of cats off. Just catch every last cat we can find. I might keep that one though. Cause it's pretty smart. And it ain't no them cats they send to you to watch you. The monitor spirit ain't got that in it. It's pretty smart. I think it was a house cat. I think it belonged to them people in that house that burnt down. But God said, don't attack them. Just leave them alone, let it be, and let me work out the energy. And you know, I listened to that, but I still didn't grasp it like he said it. So what I mean by that was when they attacked me, my ancestors turned on me temporarily. I didn't know that part. So this is how difficult it could be when your ancestors turn on you. Watch this. When my ancestors turn on me temporarily, they'll tell me stuff like burn my Bible, do the test. You going down for not doing, you going to hell for not doing something to send you to hell. They'll tell me weird stuff like that. You know, they'll say, oh, this is when your own energy attacks you. So, but the good thing is if you really a child of God and you live for God and you in the light of God, you know when it ain't of you. And that's what they doing. It's like a lower vibration of your own ancestors trying to control you. So basically, how can I show you this stuff where you can see it in a clear picture? Basically, they give you their ancestors. So let's say they're in a low vibration. They give you their ancestors. If you're in a low vibration, they give you their ancestors. Their ancestors in a lower vibration than yours, you still got the same ancestors though. You see how easy you can swap this energy up? You still got the same ancestor though. They in a low vibration, real low vibration. And they just swap temporarily, they swap. This could be catastrophically dangerous to your life. I'm telling you. When somebody is doing this with you, you gotta pay. If you're in real estate, if you're in some kind of business thing, and you notice this energy going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, it's best you just stop. I know you gotta work, but try not to do nothing very, when it comes down to business and lucrative in business, when your energy is shifting like that. Cause I'm telling you, your chances of it not working out is high. And I'm glad I figured this out. I think somebody in real estate tried to explain this to me and tried to explain this to me. Tried to explain this to me. Somebody in real estate tried to explain this to me about 15 years ago, 17 years ago, something like that. And I didn't know what they were talking about. And they were like, really, you can't explain it. You got to know it. You got to be done got it. And I'm starting to get it now, though. And it's like it takes a while for that issue to be rectified. I mean, a good while. It could take 5 years. Hell, I heard it could take sometime 10 years. But it can also take a few days, months, and weeks. It can also take a few days, months, and weeks. So just give it time. That's why it'll be so discouraging. Like the magic trick, it really ain't black magic either. It's somehow, like I said, they your twins, flames, or soulmate. It's somehow that, I'm sure it's done sexually. It's somehow they doing something sexually or something. And let's say they with somebody that's really, really low vibrational and they don't know it, and that person is out for you. Not quite really your twin or your flame or your soulmate, but the lover that they got is really trying to secretly kill you. That, it's like somehow, since they was on a low vibrational level, when they got with this lover, that lover energy dominated their energy. In turn, dominated it's trying to dominate your energy. So it's basically, somehow it's moving energy. I can't explain it. It's so difficult. That's why I told y'all, bro. You gotta know your tree, and you gotta be with who you supposed to be with. You can't just be with anybody. Cause some of these guys don't even want these girls. I know that for a fact. They just using these girls to get what they can out of me. But I'm glad y'all cowards. I'm glad y'all lazy. Now, I ain't gonna say that. I take that back. I want God's will to be done to you too. Cause you know, for men to even act like that, it's just so low vibrational. It's amazing. Y'all was, you know, I used to thought some of y'all when I was younger was so cool, but now I'm disappointed. I just want God's will to be done. But anyway, I wish I never said that. I shouldn't have said. See, I gotta work on myself. See, I got ways to go, y'all. It's hard when you live right here, cause you know you never know when you gotta check and correct somebody. You know, in a good, healthy way now. Not no cussing them out, not no getting in your feelings. When I say check and correct people, I don't typically, from working so much in my life and working in the, you know, the physical world. I mean, being in the business world a long time, I learned how to check people and deal with people in a proper way. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, take my time with them. I don't rush it. Especially if they live around me and they keep popping off. You know, if they pop, this ain't happened in a long time, but if they live around me and they keep popping off and I'm doing something with God and I ain't really got the time for it, you know, it depends on how they popping off. Like, I'm talking about like on some slick this type of stuff. I check them eventually when I feel like it, you know what I'm saying? But they might not know that I know or whatever. I check them. And once I check them, it's over. But don't waste your energy worrying about it. And if you ain't gotta check them, don't check them. Don't check them. But if they're affecting you, and they keep on affecting you, then it might come down to the point where you gotta check them. That's like if somebody harassing your wife, and your wife keep telling you somebody harassing me. You know, first and foremost, she shouldn't have to keep telling you. Once she tell you one time, alarm should go up. But you know, maybe she wants you to not worry about it at the moment. And then she tell you one too many times, then you're gonna have to check them. That's just the way it go. But but yeah, when it comes down your tree, your family tree, it's best to avoid them. I know this message is kind of long and it might be kind of boring to a lot of y'all, but it's very important. If you notice your twin and your flame and your soulmate, it's best you not try to rival with them, because y'all share ancestors. It will affect you immediately. And this goes for the streets, this goes for the business world, this goes for everybody. If you can notice, and I ain't talking about your family and your family tree and genealogy now. I'm talking about your spiritual family tree. The family that you go find that's part of the mission. And when you touch down here in the physical, when you leave the family you were born with and go find your family, it might be a few people in your family that's part of that spiritual tree with you, but it ain't gonna be all of them. Like I said, it's like two trees, one negative and one positive when it comes down to your future life. I said this before and it was just as draining that time as it is now. But it's important though. It's very important. Very important. Somebody doing magic right now. Altar magic. Somebody wants certain people to have an empire. They're struggling because I ain't doing that test. They need all this ingredients they can get. I guess they thought I was gonna do that test till I died. Y'all really thought I was a punk then, didn't you? Well, I want you to come and make me do the test. And one of y'all, you can come together if you want to. Y'all doing something that's got to do with alchemy, man. I can feel it in my bones. Somebody doing altar magic. Somebody hair magic. They doing all the magic spells they could possibly do. Back to back. That's why I said if you're going through something like this, just utilize it to clean your life up. Work on your emissions. Really, really work on your emissions and elevate with God. Just every time they bother you. This kind of stress right here will make you snap. It's supposed to. But instead of snapping, just give it to God and pray about it. Give it to God and pray about it. Because somebody's doing magic right now. A lot of it. It's like this one last hit that we got to try it one more time. And all y'all do is humiliate the person you sack. It's like, when I seen this situation, I was like, y'all do know this is sacrificing somebody. And you do know when you sacrifice somebody, you're going to hell for it. But there's so many people involved, it's amazing that they even know that at all. Just keep on throwing these low blows. Just keep going. My God. That's why I said give it to God, pray about it. Do not go give in to the temptation. Do not let it get you in your feelings. Do not do nothing reckless. Do not do nothing crazy. All the way up to the point where you done mastered your physical self and your internal self, and you working on the emissions inside of your internal self. And that right there gonna make God smile now. And God gonna have your back 100%, I'm telling you. God gonna have your back all the way to the end. And if you can, go back to the beginning of Genesis and start reading the Bible as you go through this. You ain't gotta show people you reading the Bible. You ain't gotta act like, you know, I'm reading the Bible now. You just need to really honestly do it in secret. Don't let nobody know you're doing it. And then just apply it to your life, whether you're in the street or not, even more so if you're in the street. That's what I did. And it made me a great leader. Just read it. I'm telling you, and it started explaining this altar magic. And they started explaining all this magic that people be throwing. And then you really start to see when they say it's magic in the Bible. I swear they just quoting everything in the Bible. They just doing it like, let's say at one time God had people were doing altar magic and not altar magic, but doing rituals for God. That's why I guess they banned the rituals, because they started doing rituals for everybody else after they started doing rituals for God. I'm telling you, I learned all this. I've been reading the Bible almost my whole life. And now that I'm reading it now, I'm picking up stuff that's just, wow. Like, whoa, it's right here. Everything that they doing, even some of the moves that some of the most higher up people are using, right there in the Bible. I said, man, this is amazing. You gotta read it slow now. You can't just read it and say, and yeah, and they did this, and she did the ritual, and God killed them, and they killed them for the ritual. You gotta read it and understand it. Like, who did the ritual? Who they do the ritual to? Where does ritual come from? Who is the false doctrine of the Nicolaitans? Where this is? That's how I be. What is this? You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna lead all the way up to where we at today. Where we at today. They got the whole recipe on how to, you know, let me shut up. I was finna say too much. But that's like leprosy. They got the whole recipe in the curing leprosy in the Bible. In the Bible. You know how hard it is to cure leprosy? I don't know if it's dead on accurate. I don't know if it's all there, But I know the vast majority of it is, and if you can read between the lines, you'll get it. Of course, you might need somebody to work on, experiment on. I wouldn't advise it. But I'm just saying, if you're a doctor, you could try it. You're a professional, try it. But it's in the Bible. And I was like, that's what I'm saying, like, just apply that to y'all life, man, when you going through all this. Because a lot of y'all are going through this, and that's why you ending up in prison, and that's why a lot of loved ones is ending up dead and gone. So if we can figure out a way better to address such a situation, then we can live better lives, all of us together. And we need to do what God tell us to do. Quit taking it into our hands, because these are mountains. We can't face a mountain by ourselves. We can't face a mountain with gang members. We can't face a mountain with other mountains. We can only face a mountain with God. If you really want to move it out the way. Otherwise, you're going to wind up joining the mountain. And is that really winning? Of course not. That's why I feel for these people. I told y'all were binded. You think, what, you going to be mad at me because I'm not doing the test? Really? You made my life. That if you were smart, you couldn't do it because somebody sold their soul. That's why I keep saying somebody sold their soul. If somebody was helping you that much off of just doing this test alone, why would you make them walk a whole year with no bottom in their shoe? Let me show you a trick that I learned from Guy years ago. Why would you make them take their cars away and sabotage their cars so they can't drive around? Why would you treat them like a newborn baby? As if they are adolescent? Why would you do this to somebody that you know they've been fully capable of taking care of themselves before you was able to do it, and you was supposed to be the parent or the uncles or whatever you supposed to be? You couldn't be a parent when you should have been a parent, but you're gonna try to be a parent when you ain't got no business trying to be a parent? Why would you cripple your own child and then try to take care of him? This is why, because it was a sacrifice. You can't help who you sacrificed. It's part of the rules and regulations. So do you understand that you got to go through hell? You got to go straight to hell for sacrificing somebody. Do you understand that? This is a sacrifice. When you got it, and a lot of people is going through this throughout the world. When they can't help you, these people are putting you through this situation. They would love it for me to just be on drugs so they can say you're incapable. They would love for me to be a prostitute. Or whore, whatever you call the man version. They would love for me to be something bigger than that, so they can have a great excuse on why they're doing what they do. They have to treat this energy like this because they sacrificed it. Somebody sold their soul then. Because if you gotta live up, if you gotta be sure that this person suffer, it's a sacrifice. If you sacrifice me, somebody sold their soul to sacrifice me, right? And you want me, the person you sacrificed, the person you kicked around, throwed down, trashed, destroyed his life, ripped his family from him, ripped his foundation from him, and you want me to sit in there and do that toilet bowl test with you, for you, so you can have a good life? Are you serious? Are y'all serious out there? You don't sound serious to me, you sound delirious. And then you got the audacity to call me crazy. I'm sorry, but you did this for too long, and this is where you stop at. I'm sorry, but your ending to this is over. I mean, your reign to this is over. Obviously. You shouldn't have never even did it to somebody like me in the first place. I already had my own foundation. You can't take no, it ain't a bit of crazy in me. You ain't got no crazy on me. I ain't never been in a crazy place. No records of being crazy. You had no right doing what you did. And you finna own up to this. Justice is coming. Justice is already here. I wanna see my justice, period. I want to see my justice, period. You don't do nothing like this. You don't put nobody. They finna get ready to cut grass. So I'm gonna have to cut it off. But you don't do nothing like this. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna have to own up to this and get ready for it. You humiliated me, you dogged me out, you trashed me out, treated me like the scum of earth, and then put the icing on the cake, put these devices on me, these tools on me, damaged my body. You just did the most and still doing the most, and I'm just wondering what's going on when it comes down to the spiritual justice doing what they need to do to y'all. Because y'all done did so much and done hurt so much and done hurt so many people. My God, it's gotta stop. You're gonna wind up crippling the whole black nationality. Mentally, psychologically, physically. We all gonna come back over tensed in the next generation. It's gotta stop.